All right, guys, what's going on? It's been a while since we had a video. Posting a new one here for the 10 people who are still subscribed. Doing a little bit of a transmission flush on the new project. I say new, but I've had this thing about a year now. 1976 Mazda RX4 with the rotary. This thing's put me through hell and back. Got it as an automatic. Did swap to manual transmission out of a 79 Mazda RX7. Very good. For those doing this swap, drive shaft length is identical, so you will not need a new drive shaft. Overall, engine is still stock. I did also do the carburetor upgrade, Nicky carburetor upgrade from the Mazda RX7. I believe that's off of an FB, so second or first gen, I guess, depending on who you ask. Generation carburetor, I'll come around the other side. So see here that we deleted all of the smog on top of the motor. We got our nice Hiroshima, Japan, NSU Wankel stamp here. This is a 13B factory motor on a 76 RX4. Got my fancy catch can here, my very fancy coil cover there, fuel pressure regulator. It's pretty basic stuff, just pretty much everything you need to get a car that's been sitting since before you were born running again. Did also have the radiator done by a shop close to me. I'm in Southern California. We had this done someplace in the valley in Northridge, so that is good. This also has a, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, an oil cooler with the two oil cooler lines right there. We got those cleaned out. Overall seems to be in pretty good running shape. I have been driving this car for about 2 months straight, daily driving it, in very good shape. Now, our mileage here is original, 30,000 miles. You might not think it looking at the car. I did a lot of sitting under a tarp, so water came up here, sat on the roof, completely rusted it out. Overall, car seems to be really good on the interior. All original, minus all the crap that I've thrown in there. Jumping under the front of the car here, you can see the oil cooler and radiator stack there. Looks good. It actually looks pretty beat, but I was assured that this is good to go, and it hasn't given me any problems. This was a factory AC car, deleted AC compressor. Didn't work, actually was literally falling apart, so we removed that. The car came with a pretty good oil leak. I inherited that when I bought it. I'm leaving that as is for now. Rotary cars, if you're not checking your oil and something bad happens, that's on you. So I'm checking my oil all the time. Also had to have custom brake lines made, steel braided lines. I did rebuild the calipers as well because caliper parts and brake rotors for these cars are absolutely unobtainable. You cannot bind them. Yes, that is correct. Vintage Mazdas, as nice as they are, at least where I'm at in Southern California, I do have people that have parts stacked, which is nice. But if you go to buy new rotors, you literally cannot. There's one part number, I think it's a PRT 1171. That is for a Mazda pickup truck. This does not fit an RX4. I learned that one the hard way. So I had to buy rotors off of Marketplace and have them turned. They're very thin, and you can see quite pitted, which results in quite a gnarly shake when coming off a freeway on-ramp, but it is what it is. We deal with it. Around the back, everything is pretty factory, save for, I did have a full custom exhaust made as well. This muffler came from Yahoo Auctions Japan, so pretty custom, I guess you could say. Also has been a pain in my rear because it did like to smash this on this and vibrate pretty hard. I did fix that. But I'll see once I climb under here to do our little gear oil change if I can get a better shots of the exhaust. Okay, so under the car, I haven't been under here in about a month. It actually is leaking a lot worse than I thought it would. So definitely going to be draining the fluid out and putting new fluid in. You can see we have the header here from a Racing Beat flange 2-to-1 with a glass pack. Oh my goodness, absolutely covered in oil. And then straight down to the rear to the muffler. Sounds really good. I will put a sound clip later. I guess it is also worth stating that since this is a 79 RX7 transmission bolted up to a 76 13B, I am using a 79 RX7 starter, which has one power wire and one trigger wire. Oh, right there. So, with that update aside, today's job is going to be changing gear oil on the 76 Mazda RX4. Now, I already know there is going to be one hiccup under here. I'll cut to that in a second. That problem is our oil fill plug. So, this thing is totally cooked. When I got it, I knew it was bad, but the transmission was a good price, so I bought it anyways. This cannot be removed. This is now seized on, say what you want. I tried fire, heat, induction heat, penetrating oil of like 4 different varieties, and ultimately just ended up rounding the shit out of it. Part of my language. So now it has to be filled through the shifter here. So we will be filming it inside. I put a lot of threads in this thing so that it wouldn't go anywhere. I also put a lot of boots on this thing. Okay. This is an unrelated boot. I think that probably came from a junkyard. As well as the Hurst boot under here, because the OEM insulator that goes inside the circle, again, unobtainable. So I had to make a aftermarket one fit in there. We got to remove these 6 screws, then hold this plate in, and then we can pull this boot out, as well as the shifter. It should also be mentioned that easiest way of removing these 6 Phillips head screws that hold the plate in is to first remove the center console, which you scarily have to yank that, pull up on this, and then grab this edge. We have these metal prongs here, 4 of them that hold that in place. Then you'll have access to the 8mm here, as well as a couple of Phillips heads on the side. One there, and one right there. Okay, so we've got our 6 bolts removed from our center console here. Most of them are Phillips head. Do have the one 8mm up there. You can see you got 6 Phillips head bolts there. Next up is to take that out. All right, so once we get these boots out of the way, there is a 3rd boot here. It's a factory piece. I obviously replaced this with a new one, but once you peel that up, you have access to the 3 10mm bolts. Remove those, and our shifter should just come right out. So let me get that done right now. So, got our shifter unbolted here. Should be able to pull this thing out without spilling or dripping gear oil everywhere. Now, this is where we're going to fill it from, because like I said before, our fill plug is stripped. So, this is an option on the early RX7 transmissions. I do not believe you can do this on the later ones. Okay, so here we're under the transmission. Got a 24mm socket. Put this on here. There we go. Broke that loose. I predict this to look pretty nasty. Might even be some water still in here. There was water in it initially when I bought it. Oh, it's gonna be, yeah. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, it's dark. Not seeing a lot of metal on there, so that's pretty good. Okay, so reinstalling the drain plug with a new gasket here. We will get up top and begin the filling process. Okay, so we got our gear oil poured in the shifter hole. It was roughly about 2.1 to 2.2 quarts. I've seen online anywhere from 1.7 liters, which is about 1.8 quarts, to about 2.5 quarts. So kind of just bridge the gap there. We guessed at about 2.2. So next we've got our brand new, this is a genuine part number, shifter gasket. Guy goes right on there. I am going to put just a little bit of silicone on both sides of this because last time I installed the transmission, we did have some slight leaks. So, going to get that on there. It should be all good, and reassemble the shifter. All right, so got the shifter back in. I did apply just a small bit of silicone to the gasket, to gasket the shifter, to the shifter plate, to the transmission. It's all in. Appears to be shifting good now. So we're gonna button it up and take it out for a spin. All right, so everything under here is buttoned up. We'll grab our key, put that in there. Sounds good. We got all of our gears real notchy. This thing sounds good. And we do have good shifter engagement. Quite notchy, very good. Overall, very good. Also, thanks for watching. I'll probably upload a video maybe within the next year. Any questions on this, please let me know. I like to answer questions for you guys. Thank you.